Hi, programmers. We're on to the next lesson. Today or this weekend, I want us to finish up this little box here, this little inOut box, but I don't know if we will or not because there's quite a bit of code behind it because he has to create a bunch of records based on conditions. And but we're going to try. You might notice I've cleaned it up a little bit, made this smaller to hold just 4 characters, and made this to hold the inOut to hold 1 character, and I've made these smaller. I'm going to put one more box here later. I forgot what for, but there is going to be one more box here. And then I put the recalc label over here, and I remember what that was for. After it recalculates the hours after you clock out for the day, it displays them here for you to see. But anyway, let's on with the show. Let's go to the program back here, and we've got our inOut box key down. Now then, this is let's find it over here. Quit, not there. Okay, here it is, the code. We're going to use a switch statement in there. Copy. Now, paste. Okay, what we do is, if you recall, up at the top, we saved the previous inOut box so we could compare with it, but I don't know if we're going to actually do that right now. We do have to create a procedure called clocked in, though, because you can see those little red lines under there. Anyway, I think I'm going to copy and paste that. I'm working on my nails at the same time I'm doing this, and they're wet, so we're going to copy and paste that so I don't have to do so much typing. Let's see. Create say. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and copy the whole thing instead of just the head, and then I'll tell you what everything's for. Copy. Okay. That insert text box 1. That must be, we're going to go ahead and create that on the front. That must have been one of the 3 I said we was going to create. Copy, paste. And what do we call that? Insert inOut text box 1. I gotta type. INSERT Let's see if that'll take it. Okay, good. They went out. Anyway, this may be all we do today, or right now. Okay, when the key down on that changes, because you only get one option. It's only 1 key, so there's no reason to have to wait for anything on there. And I gave them an F4 option, and the reason we use F4 way back, a throwback from Progress version probably 1, F4 was used as a get out key, and my users used to get out F4, and so we use F4 a lot. So if they entered F4, basically we zap out everything we did, and it goes back to the name ID field, and you can see the code of everything it hides and stuff. And then if they press 1, we save, we change the text to an I, not 1, excuse me, I. And then if the key is O, we change it and we run the clock in procedure. And then if they just click enter, it just saves whatever it was, which was already in the clocked in, and it does the clocked in procedure. And if it's none of those, they get an error message. Now here's the clocked in procedure, and he's going to call some routines, and we're not going to get into that just yet, but maybe the next video we will. But anyway, after this clocked in procedure, it's called, he goes in, we go ahead and compare this clocked in with the previous one. If you remember, the previous one is one of these dudes here, previous seg, previous inOut, that we saved whenever, we started up. And then we created a string um, and everything. And, oh, I know it. Then we compare. Let's see. Okay, if they're equal, then we tell them we've gone ahead and do these strings and stuff. And the reason these strings are used in this error message, and we give them a message that says the system shows you are already clocked, in or out. Do you still want to clock in or out? And then they have to answer the question. And then if they say yes, we do something called create two segs. Well, we'll get to that next video, but what create two segs does is going to create them an in record and an out record, both with the same time, and they're both going to have errors in them. So the person that does payroll, he'll have to know to go in there and edit those. And then if this is okay, let's say that the inOut is different from the previous, then we just create a record and it's going to be the next one. And then they recalculate the hours and it displays on the screen, but we're going to get that tomorrow. And then we make everything invisible, and we go back to the PREID and wait on the next one. Anyway, I'm going to real quick, I'm going to show these paragraphs again, and you can put it on high density and see it, because we don't have anything too long this time. Clocked in. Okay, and I believe that's going to be all for this lesson, and I'll see you on the next one, okay? Oh, and one more thing. After we finish this, we're going to skip to the last box, or to the next to last. I'm going to teach you how to do reports and how to create an extract file to load into payroll. So you don't have to worry. We're not going to waste time with a whole bunch of just screen entry things, although those do need to be done. But, first y'all need to learn everything first. Okay, well, I'll talk to you next time.